Welcome back to TFV, a weekly news podcast in which we give our thoughts, feelings, and emotions on the latest gaming, film, tech, streaming, news, and other random crap we feel like. I am your host, Dan, and I'm joined with you, as always, by my co-host, Danny.
Hello, welcome to Shrek Watch. We're going to do it.
Shrek Watch?
Shrek Watch.
Yeah. Is that our next
Shrek
anniversary episode? Rewatching Shrek and giving a commentary for Shrek.
Well, Shrek will be 21 years old in June 29th of June.
Well, if we cannot think of any other ideas for that weekend, we will be doing Shrek.
There was an article recently about is Shrek a cult classic, and it was by IMDb, and you'd think that the people who categorize and understand movies quite a lot would know that Shrek is not a cult classic. It was a very successful movie.
Yeah, it is, yeah. You're alright,
Yeah.
How are you feeling anyway?
I'm fine. How are you feeling?
Borderline depressed.
Well, that's good.
I'm only borderline,
Keep
though.
that up.
I'm only borderline.
Keep it up.
I'm mostly happy. I'm just a bit sad that Manchester City have just won the Premier League.
Okay.
A little bit sad about
Well-
that, but you know.
Why should I care?
You don't care, but I care. That's why I'm borderline depressed.
Although, I did play, Where in the World is Mongolia or whatever it is, which is like a world board game thing recently with my family. And I won because of a football question.
What was the question?
So, how many goals or wins or something had Germany had? And it gave you a multiple choice option. And I went, Germany's apparently good at football, so I'll go for the highest one. And I won. So, yeah. I, the person who knows nothing about football, won on a football question.
Well, anyway, in this week's episode, we talk about the controversial Disney Plus projects, more games coming to PS Plus, and time-traveling ads. But first off, we are going into the past broadcast because we missed some news over the previous weeks, which is Spider-Verse sequel has been delayed until 2023.
Yeah, so this was during our hiatus, and I completely breezed over this and did not realize. And also they're changing it from Into the Spider, whatever the title is, Part 1 and Part 2 to different things. And so it's no longer in 2022, which means we got more time for our Spider-Man rankings, Dan.
Oh, excellent, because you know what? Still not... What have you watched the shows yet? Or films?
Yeah, so they're still going to probably come out as a memoriam to Spider-Verse not being out in 2022, but we might delay them. Who knows? I have to look over the schedule.
Yeah, once again, it depends if you can, think of ideas. At the minute, we've been
in
quite
some.
lucky of having many reviews, so we don't have to think about ideas.
That's always the best thing. I've got things planned for the coming weeks. So
Excellent. Well,
yeah.
let's go into stream.
I just wanted to
movie...
throw that out there.
Thank you. Let's go into stream that movie news into my head, and we're going to talk about the trailers of the week. Now, there's two big trailers coming out. One's probably better than the other, and we'll go for the better one first, which is...
And the one that came out on a Monday to continue with our tradition of everything
Honestly,
comes
why
out on
don't
a
we just
Monday.
move our weekly days to
No,
Tuesdays?
because this podcast is week-old news. And the most big things always come out on a Monday, and so we will suffer. We will suffer. We will watch, and we will suffer, and we will sit, and we will think, and we will go, yes, this is what we need to do.
Anyway, yes, The Boys Season 3. It gives a bit more detail in terms of the story. It gives a bit of backstory why Billy Butcher seems to have powers.
Yep, 24 hours.
Only 24 hours. I'm expecting to see some mayhem
Homelander
going on.
versus Billy Butcher.
Yep, Homelander also seems to be going more crazy as per end of last season.
Power hungry, or he's losing his power.
Soldier Boy wakes up from the ice.
Yep, I want to say they do a lot of. See, I think the Shield bashing would be a lot more impactful had Marvel not done the Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Yeah, because that moment was impactful there.
Yeah, it's in that moment. So the shock of seeing Captain America bash someone's skull in, not as impactful because we got it. But it's still probably going to be a lot more fucked up and a lot more brutal, and you're probably going to see the guts split out of that dude's face.
As per The Boys tradition.
Yeah.
The more
Ajax
gore, the
seems to be
better,
in
right?
trouble. Yeah. I'm really looking forward to this. I hope it's good.
I am too, but there is one show that people seem to be dreading now, which is SheHulk, which we got a trailer for, but most people seem to criticize it for the CGI.
Yes. Okay. I am on two fences. because everyone's like, oh, they have time to fix it. No, they don't.
Yeah, they don't.
If they wanted to fix it, they would have. This isn't a Sonic the Hedgehog situation where fan demand is going to get them to go back and change it. Marvel is steadfast in their ways, and if they wanted to change it, they would have already done it. Also, it's apparently been rumored that Marvel took away detailing because they wanted her not to be as big and bulky.
Yeah, and less muscular, which is a bit weird.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So that's why I feel like she's so smooth, and it's weird. And also, I don't like the premise of this show.
Yes, yeah, I agree. Also, she looks like Fiona of Shrek. That is the first thing that came to my mind.
Well, the thing is, if you look at... Because Mark Ruffalo is side by side next to her.
Yeah,
so I think they put all
fine.
Yeah, Mark Ruffalo looks fine. But I think that's because they're using old preset built assets and stuff like that, and then just detailing the voice and stuff like so it goes to the mouth. Whereas they'd have to completely rebuild. So I don't know why the budget didn't go to doing the same effect with She-Hulk rather than making her smooth.
You also didn't need main Hulk for the whole film. Or show, sorry.
No.
Because end of Shang-Chi, you see Mark Ruffalo as Mark Ruffalo.
Without Hulk.
Bruce Banner, that's his name. I forgot his name.
But also, I reckon they've probably put money into Tim Roth. Because Tim Roth's fucking Hulk Abomination looks good as well. So I don't know why they've made the woman have to be... Like, I don't give a shit that she's sexy. And there's the Dommy Mummy thing where she picks up that little man.
Oh, that's fine. I don't care about that. It's just the details.
Yeah, I don't give a shit about that. Just make
when
the
she picks
detailing.
up the phone, and then she kind of looks at the phone. That just looks like a cartoon.
Yeah, it
looks so bad, that one scene.
It's in where she's scrolling through Tinder and her face is all rubbery.
Yeah, like that does not look good at all.
Because I also think the main actress, Tatiana Maslany, has like freckles and detail and everything in her face. But they just basically smooth all of that over and just get rid of it. Whereas Mark Ruffalo, you can see the details on his face and everything. Like all the little expressions and everything. Whereas this, it just looks like rubber.
It does not look good at all.
If it's a good story, which it doesn't really look like it's going to be, let's face it.
Although, I think I would rather watch this than Ms. Marvel.
True. I was looking forward to She-Hulk. I thought She-Hulk would be interesting, but She-Hulk has now dropped quite substantially from this.
Yeah. I mean, if it wasn't for this podcast, I probably would not watch it.
Well, yeah. I'm not sure. It's definitely going to be on the maybe pile of if we do a full-on review of it. It might be so bad that we have to. We have to get
Yeah, if it's just completely mediocre, we probably won't do one because it's just so mediocre.
Yeah, it's either got to be really, really bad or really, really good. If it's just an okay film, we probably won't film, TV show. We won't do it. Yeah. Same with Miss Marvel. It's like, we'll probably do our rapid reviews, just give you short little updates, but...
Well, I'm not even planning watching it week in, week out.
Oh, well, even then.
It depends. It depends if I can actually be bothered because it looks so bad.
But yeah, it's a shame because it could... The thing is that Hulk's using Stark tech as well for that big blade.
Yeah. I think there may be some cool moments, though. I do think there could be some good scenes.
Well, I don't know if this is for us because I think this is because crime stuff is more for like women and things. That's generalization.
That is so generalization.
Yes,
I watch crime stuff. What are you trying to say?
Yeah, but like this style of crime show, like the attorney at law stuff, where it's like courtroom, like not Daredevil. I was gonna say
it's not Daredevil. What are you trying to say here?
No, but like the more campy, like she's dating sort of thing is that sort of style. Because this is playing on the like single woman trying to date, but she's agreed. It's like that sort of style, not the
it can be
single female lawyer. It's the Futurama skit where the aliens come in and it's like single female lawyer.
Oh yeah,
that one.
I remember.
That's the genre I'm basically talking.
They've got a Futurama show in real life.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's that sort of.
I wasn't even thinking about that, but yeah, you're right. It does seem like that now.
It's that genre of thing. And I'm just like,
It can be good. I mean, I'll give it a go.
I hope it's good. Like, I hope it turns around and just shoves everything in our faces and you get used to the wonky CGI because the story is engaging. But, like...
Well, yeah, so it seems like it's a comedic drama.
Yeah.
So, if the comedy actually hits well and it does have a bit of tension in there, I reckon it could be a great show. But from the trailer point of view, it's not great.
Yeah.
And
I think the best thing is that weird Dommy mummy thing where that guy gets picked up.
I kind of like it at the moment, though. It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
It's quite funny.
But I'm sure a lot
Because
of men
the
are
guy's
like...
really butch as well. Like, he's not like a
yeah,
thin
he's like...
guy. He's like completely muscular. So yeah, it's a pretty good scene.
But it just looks weird.
It does look weird. It does look
It's
weird.
not that it's a strong woman picking up a man. It's just the CGI.
No, it's the fact that it's just like no emotion on the face. It's just rubber.
It's just this rubbery face. Also, why is the hair going green? Like, Mark Ruffalo's hair doesn't go green. Why does hers?
I don't know.
But let's move on from TV shows to more TV shows.
Yes, because Disney Plus has made another announcement for a TV show, which is a new Daredevil series. And once again, this has been met by fan backlash for some reason.
Well, are they going to continue the R rating?
Probably not.
And is it going to be a continuation of the Daredevil Netflix stuff that is now on Disney Plus? Or is it going to be a reboot of that, which then goes PG-13, a la having Kingpin in Hawkeye, where they just kind of have Kingpin in there because brand recognition? Do you reckon we're going to get him teaming up with Echo? Because Echo's coming out.
I forgot about that show.
Yeah. We got a set photo. It's her sitting on the ground. Cool.
I genuinely believe that most of the new Disney stuff is just not going to be great.
Yeah. It's an interesting... Because this is their experimental phase after their big finale, which I think they're running on their coattails. I think they've achieved this great thing, and now they're just sticking to the formula rather than experimenting. Like, they're trying to experiment, but they're so constrained by, oh, we got to keep this fan base rather than cultivate the loyalists and expand and get new people by making different interesting stuff. We'll keep it just for the people who are sticking with it continuously.
I don't mind Marvel doing these type of shows, like the Ms. Marvel shows or the She-Hulk shows.
But
Because at the end of the day, if it's not meant, if you're not the target audience, you don't like it, it's not the end of the world,
Yeah.
right? It's for everyone.
But
But you need to do it for other target audiences as well. Like the people who have been with you for years. People who have
well,
grown
they
up
are,
with you. Me
and
and
that's
you,
the
we've
problem
grown up
because
with
they're
Marvel,
meshing
right?
with. Yeah, but the problem with that is they're meshing two things that don't really mesh.
Well, they don't need
So-
to mesh it. That's the point. They've got multiverse now. They don't need to mesh things. They can just have separate
Standalone,
timelines.
standalone shit, and then have it all cross.
Because, yeah, think about me and you, right? We've grew up with Marvel. From Iron
Yep.
Man to now.
Yes.
Pretty much, the majority of our lives. So it makes sense for sort of that continuation to keep going. Go more R-rated, go more adult themes. But they won't do that because they're more focused on the younger audiences and getting more audiences in.
Yeah. They need to separate it. Like, they need to go timeline, R-rated Daredevil stuff, Deadpool, all of that sort of thing. And then you need to go kid thing, like Miss Marvel, the goofy comedy, kids drama.
Yeah, and I'll be fine with that. I wouldn't complain. I'm just complaining because this is the only content we got, and it's all over.
Yeah. I just hope they don't. I hope, because the argument is Disney has got Daredevil on Disney Plus as the same. It's R-rated, it's all good and whatnot. And
Yeah, ignoring
Disney
all
has-
the criticism in America.
Yeah, and Disney has said that they're not going to make Deadpool not R-rated. They're going to keep Deadpool R-rated. So, hopefully, they keep Daredevil R-rated. And they just continue it as a continuation of the series. Rather than going, well, we have Daredevil now. We need to drag him into the MCU. And neuter him, basically. Make him child-friendly. Have his little sticks not make blood anymore.
Yeah. I never actually finished Daredevil. Did season 3 end on a big cliffhanger, or did it sort of complete the story?
Do you want a spoiler?
I don't want a full spoiler. I just want to know, did it complete the story, or did it end on a cliffhanger?
It ends on a cliffhanger, but it pretty much... if they are continuing it and Hawkeye is the aftermath of what happens at the end of Daredevil, then they've basically just undone a lot of things. So it'd be interesting to see.
I imagine Kingpin's not dead.
No, he's not dead at the end of it.
Yes, well, got more to look forward to as well. As Marvel has some more controversy, in Stanley MCU Cameos could return using CGI and old footage after a new deal.
Yeah,
I don't agree with this in any sense of the form.
Well, I think this is Marvel, but because basically, the people who owned Stan Lee's rights were called POW Entertainment, and so they're the people who are running were running Stan Lee's Twitter account, and were gonna do NFTs and all of that. So I think Marvel has now bought the rights back from them, so that they can now, if they want to, bring Stan Lee back in, or just leave him alone, which is the better thing that they should do.
I think it's highly disrespectful, to be honest with you.
Oh yeah, fuck no, it's horrible. If they bring him back, that's bad. It really ensures that Stan, through digital technology and archival footage and other forms, will live in the most important venue, the Marvel movies and Disney theme parks. It's a broad deal.
Well, they can have Stanley people wearing Stanley mascots or something.
Well, they'll probably have him as like digital advertisements with Stan Lee handing out Disney branded Coca-Cola or stuff like that.
Yeah, that's not good.
Genius. Yeah. So Genius Brand CEO and chairman said that. But yeah, so they've basically linked with Marvel again to through if they want to do that. But it's okay. We can get to it when we do the Star Wars news, which we're going to, which we'll do now. Lucasfilm vows not to recast iconic Star Wars characters after Solo flop. We can't do that. So Disney is taking all the wrong fucking, because Solo tanked, not because the actor wasn't good as Han Solo. It was because
plot, right?
Yeah.
And no one wanted it.
No, it was just no one gave a shit, and it's like, oh, the mystery of Han Solo, that's why he was appealing, because it was a mystery. No one needed to know where he got his fucking gun or his jacket or where he found the Wookiee. Or why he flies the Millennium Falcon because he won a card game. Like, that was the appeal. It's the same with Boba Fett. You don't want backstory because it makes them less appealing. These interesting mysteries and fan speculation builds up in people's heads. That's why Solo flopped, because it was shit movie.
This is the problem with Disney, though. They will just milk things dry.
But they're no. That's why they didn't recast Luke Skywalker for Mandalorian, because they were so scared because people had fucking ripped Solo, and they went, "Oh, what's the excuse? We didn't make a bad film. It's because the person wasn't like the person, so we have to just de-age everyone and preserve them."
Because that makes, every film 10 times better.
Yeah, love robot face where the voice sounds stilted and everything is just monotone, because that's all you can get from a robot. And the CGI disconnect where your face just morphs randomly, and then when from a distance it looks terrible, but up close because they've put the effort in. It's like, oh, Disney, what are you doing, man? Like, you shouldn't be afraid to recast someone. You could have cast Sebastian Stan, dyed his hair blonde, and it would have been fine. Like, people get over that, but you're just trying to hold. It's like
It's just holding on to the past, right?
Yeah, it's just you gotta move on at some stage, because this gets so creepy and so wrong. And also, it just doesn't make any entertaining. Like, you think back, we enjoyed The Mandalorian, but you go 10 years in the future and you watch that CGI, and you watch just the disconnect of your, like, you see that person and you go, ugh, because you've seen better CGI. You're not going to go, oh, yeah. But if you watch a normal person, you go, oh, yeah, that was Han Solo. That was Luke Skywalker. Yeah, they recast him, but it's a different time period. It's just like, what are you doing, Disney? Stop trying to bring back people with CGI. It's not necessary.
Yeah, but there is other news from Star Wars, such as Disney officially outlines a Star Wars TV plan in a new magazine article.
Yeah, so it's just like updates and everything on all of the planned shows that are coming out. So like Ahsoka, Ando, what other ones are there? There's a bunch of them, and I'm only interested in a couple because ObiWan comes out soon.
That's true. I do like it. I think my dad's interested as well, funny enough.
Yeah. So
See, that's when you can bring back the old actors, and it makes sense.
Yeah. They didn't just de-age Alec Guinness. Like, George Lucas wasn't afraid to recast younger and make him, like, have a different thing. I don't get Disney's logic. But, people didn't like young Anakin, though. But now everyone loves young Anakin. So, it's just people don't know what the fuck they want to complain about. So, shut up and just pick something, and people will get over it. Look at every time someone is cast in someone from a terrible movie comes back in a good movie, or a terrible TV show. People go, oh yeah, I loved them in that thing that was bad. If Ryan Reynolds had turned up at the end of Justice League, the Snyder Cut, people would have lost their fucking mind. But it's a bad movie.
Yeah.
But it's because it's a thing that people like. They go, or like to complain about, and it's a meme at this point. They go, oh my god, Ryan Reynolds is back. Oh my god. That's the internet. Don't listen to the internet. Just make a decision. Recast them. The internet will get over it. People don't care that much.
The vocal minority.
Yeah. Obi-Wan will premiere in late May. Andor will follow suit at an unspecified point this summer. Mandalorian Season 3 will debut in either late 2022 or early 2023. Ahsoka comes out 2023, while The Acolyte is said to be slightly further off. There's also another series in development going by the working title Grammar Rodeo, which is set after Return of the Jedi and is described as Star Wars' take on an Amblin coming-of-age adventure film. It's created by John Watts. So that's what John Watts is doing, a TV show, not a movie.
Yes, apparently that's a galactic version of the 1980s coming-of-age adventures.
Yes. But yeah, I mean, cool. I don't care about Andor, because he was one of the least interesting parts of Rogue One.
Oh, yeah, it's that guy.
Yeah.
Why do they insist on doing this?
Because they wanted because he's the spy, or like the shady guy who shoots people because he's not good, but he's not bad, but he's doing it for the right reasons, sort of character. He's the shady guy who, yeah. And so, yeah, I think it's a prequel because spoilers for Rogue One, a movie that came out several years ago and a lot of people saw because it's Star Wars. They all die.
Yeah, it's quite funny.
Yeah, because they can't be in the prequels or the sequels.
It is a good way to make sure you can't be in a terrible Star Wars film afterwards.
Yeah, but you can probably be in a terrible prequel show about your life. Ahsoka, I'd be interested in Ahsoka, but I don't care that much because I never watched the Clone Wars where she was introduced and had all her backstory. So, hey, look, cool. Acolyte, that's the one I would be interested in because I think that's the dark side, like squadron fighter one or something like that. And I like the idea of following a dark side person. Obi-Wan, you know my thoughts. Interested. Mandalorian Season 3, we already got it, but fuck it, we'll watch another version of it. And yeah, that's all there is.
Yeah, that's it for the TV shows, but there's been some news in the film side for Star Wars as well, where Taika Waititi's mystery Star Wars project will allegedly be the next franchise film.
Yes. So, I
think Star Wars 11?
Every 2 years. Yes. Well, I think it'll be the prequel, because I think they're trying to go away from having sequel stuff, because they're trying to sit on it so that people don't complain, because they want to give it a room to breathe, basically, so that in 20 years or 10 years' time, they can come back and bring it all back with the cast. And if any of those cast members die, they'll bring them back via CGI. But yeah, it's an interesting one, because this will be like the first movie for the 2023 Star Wars movie, which it looks like.
Yeah, so I would like to see a entirely new story be told in Star Wars.
Well, I think it's rumored that they're going to go really far in the past, like the old Republic days, old sort of like before all of Anakin and Palpatine sort of stuff. Which
even if you did do sort of older stories in that Republic, because I think that Republic was there for a while.
Well, I think they're doing a lot of stuff in the early days because I think people are just sick of the fucking current line Star Wars. I'm sick of desert planets. I think they need to do something other than fucking Tatooine.
I think I'm just sick of Star Wars.
No, I like Star Wars. I'm just sick of Tatooine. The only one that is the exception is Obi-Wan, because you needed to set it on Tatooine. You didn't need to you didn't need to bring the Mandalorian to Tatooine, and you didn't need to bring Boba Fett to Tatooine.
That is true. It doesn't need to be there. Could have been somewhere else, but no.
No, you have to bring it back because Disney and Lucasfilm built a set in the desert, and they need to get their money's worth.
Yeah, it's a shame they don't do anything like the Wookiee planet or something. Because the Wookiee planet is quite interesting to me.
Yeah.
Or no, just look at Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order as an example. I know it's a game, but still, like, there's loads of interesting.
Endor, is it?
That's so much more interesting to me than actual any Star Wars.
I forgot I had Shrek on my Google tab. Hang on.
Yeah, forget about that game. It's such a good game. I'm going to have to play it.
Wookiee planet name. Kashyyyk. Kshyyyyk.
Yeah, that's the one.
Kashyyyk, I think it is.
And then, finally, Rian Johnson's Star Wars trilogy has been delayed at Lucasfilm.
Which isn't surprising, because they're still having... Probably a lot of people go, fire Rian Johnson because he did the best Star Wars movie, but we didn't like it because we don't like good movies, we want Star Wars, and we like The Rise of Skywalker.
Wait, what did Rian Johnson do? Was he Last Jedi?
Last Jedi. The 8th one. The one everyone hates because it was a good movie, but it wasn't a Star Wars movie. Because it tried to do something different with Star Wars, and people who like Star Wars don't like Star Wars doing anything different.
I want it to be the exact same thing every film. I don't get the same thing. It's bad.
Yeah. If they try and change the characters that make sense in the slightest way that I don't like, I'm going to hate this thing. But yeah, I also think it's because Rian Johnson is doing all of his other movies. Because he's doing Knives Out 1, 2, and 3 for Netflix. And a bunch of other stuff as well, I think. So
yeah, he's probably busy guy.
He's probably busy doing that. And I think he wants to probably avoid Star Wars because he doesn't want to have to deal with all the social media hate for a while.
And then there's a couple more news in sort of general movie news and streaming news, which is Rick and Morty has got an anime spin-off announced by Adult Swim.
Yep.
Which I'm not...
You gonna watch that?
Absolutely not.
But you like Rick and Morty.
Yeah, but I'm not that big a fan of Rick and Morty.
Yeah, you love Rick and Morty. You love the Pickle Ricks and the Wubba Lubba Ding Dongs or whatever the fuck it is.
It's not a bad show. It's just not...
The fan base is unbearable, like Star Wars.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Now, there's actually some good moments in Rick and Morty, but I think there's...
Wubba Lubba Ding Dong.
No, that's terrible. No, the good moments is when it's like...
Pickle Rick.
No, it's when Rick is...
Szechuan sauce.
Actually, no, the ending of season 4, that's one I really liked, which was he made a clone of his daughter.
What else? Rick and Morty shit do I know? He fights a rat as a pickle.
Oh, yeah, that happens.
That's Pickle Rick. I have never watched the show. I have only seen the aftermath of every meme in existence and the Szechuan sauce McDonald's shit.
And then the final bit of TV news is the 10th Doctor and Donna Noble will return for the Doctor Who Centenary Special.
Yay.
Which actually has confused a few people.
Why?
Because there's no Ncuti Gatwa filming. It's just David Tennant and Donna Noble. And everyone's like, where is he?
They gotta get the white favour in first before they bring in the black.
Well, this is where some people are suspecting that maybe David Tennant will regenerate back into the 10th first and then he'll return to Ncuti Gatwa.
What?
Yeah, so it's gonna. People think it will be David Tennant for like a year and then it'll be Ncuti Gatwa.
Why would they do that?
I don't know, because there's no Ncuti Gatwa here. He's not filming anything.
Right.
So people are like...
Maybe he's the sidekick Doctor. He's Doctor Junior.
Yeah, everyone's
maybe they
confused.
Maybe they just have the Doctor splits into two instead of regenerates.
It's also weird to see Donna Noble back because do you remember what happened to her? Because I'm sure you watched that series.
What does happen to her? She doesn't die.
No.
I remember Rose. It was Rose Tyler, right?
Yeah, Rose gets put into an alternate universe.
Yeah. Then there was the other one after, not the badass.
Martha.
Yeah.
She's just left on her own terms.
Yeah. And then Donna came into it, right?
Yep.
Yeah. She was getting married or something, and then the Doctor whooped her away.
No, that was the first episode.
Yeah, but that's how she got introduced, right? She got whipped away.
Yeah,
on
she
a
got
wedding.
she got stuck in the TARDIS accidentally.
Ah, right.
And the Doctor was like, "What? Why are you here? You're not supposed to be here."
Yeah, I don't remember what happens to her at the end.
She.
I remember the Christmas special with the big spider.
Yeah, that's also that one. No, she becomes the Doctor in a way.
Wait, what?
So there's like a meta crisis thing where her DNA gets mixed with the Doctor's DNA,
Oh.
where she gets the Doctor's brain in a human body, but that's kind of killing her. So the Doctor has to wipe her mind and make her forget about him. So it's really emotional. Goodbye. And then she's saying if she ever remembers a Doctor, then she will die. So the Doctor has to just sort of say goodbye and pretend he doesn't know her.
Well, that'll be interesting for Donna to return on screen. Doctor turn up and she goes, "I remember you."
Yeah, it's a really sad ending. I've just bought season 4 of Doctor Who, by the way. I'm sorry. I spoiled a TV show that came out many, many years ago.
Yes.
12 years ago?
I don't know.
13 years ago.
I was like 9 when it finished, so 2007.
I think 2008. But anyway, yeah, that's it. That's it for movie news this week. We're going to go into Oh So Meta, and no effing thanks. The Bored Ape dating app shut down because no women signed up. Was just a prank.
Yeah, so this was a news article that, thanks to the fact that we take a long time to release episodes, turned out it was a fake thing. But all the other news outlets reported that it was real.
Yeah, who would have thought?
It was a screenshot of well, not a screenshot, but like videos and screenshots of like a dating app for people who had exclusive Bored Apes, and you'd tie your wallet to it, crypto wallet to it, and so you could have sliders based on how much money people had in their wallets, and things like that, and how many Bored Apes you had, and all that shit. And it was, you know, the monkeys with the hands over their face?
Yeah.
Emoji. That was the pass. And then there was the other monkey with the woo expression. And that was the yes. And then, yeah. So people thought, oh, this is hilarious because that's a horrible dating app idea and it seems so self-pretentious. And I don't doubt that someone out there is trying to work on a dating app for people with cryptocurrency, but sadly this one wasn't real. It was just a prank.
So sad. Don't you want a dating app with cryptocurrency and NFTs?
But yeah, the reason why it went viral was because it apparently shut down because no women signed up for it, which is funny because it is just perpetuating that stereotype that it's just dude bros who buy crypto and buy NFTs, and no women want to date them. Which,
in other words, it's only idiots that seem to buy NFTs and crypto.
Yeah, it's only people who want their whole personality to be, I have a monkey and I paid a lot of money because I'm an idiot, and now I have to justify it because I bought this monkey for about £1 million in crypto, and both are failing, and now I need to make everyone in my life have horrible, horrible hatred for me so that I can get the value of my NFT up.
That's true. How is Terra Luna doing right now?
Probably not great.
Let's have a quick look.
While Stan does that, I'll tell you a lovely story about how a monkey and a cat became
it's up 35%
good friends.
today.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we'll never find out how that story ended. Let's move on till we've lost the controller of the news.
Ah, thank you. You taken over my thing, yeah?
We've lost the controller of the news.
Don't take my thing.
Okay, you can do it. Do it.
We've lost the controller of the news, where Destiny 2 has increased the vault space for users.
Yep,
Yay!
that was it. Just threw some Destiny 2 news in there because we were playing it again. And our review is up. Literally, yeah, finally. After a whole month.
It about a month ago.
Basically, a month after the campaign came out, we recorded it. And then a month after we recorded it, it came out.
Any reason why it didn't come out straight away?
I'm lazy.
Fair enough.
But yeah.
I think we figured it out now. In fact, you've just bought a robot vacuum.
Yes, I bought a robot vacuum. I like it. It's fun. It actually does a decent job. It's not perfect, but I bought it on sale so I can justify the price.
But how do you do the corners?
With a normal vacuum. No, I just wanted something for when I'm out and about and I don't have time to hoover. And my floor plan is open, so it doesn't have to do much. It's not like it's trying to avoid hundreds of like chairs and dining room tables and children's toys and all of that shit. So
You've got a proper bachelor pad.
yes. And speaking of bachelors, people who play Battlefield 2042.
Yes, because 128 breakthrough has been removed.
Yeah, so the game mode Breakthrough, which had 128 player for PS5, Xbox Series X, and PC, has had that removed. And because no one's playing the game, and they wanted to make it look like, no, it's more tactical. It makes more sense to have only 64 players on the maps, because that's the tactical number.
Honestly, how is Battlefield 2042 more of a meme game than Cyberpunk?
Because at least Cyberpunk tries and fixed it. And also people's goodwill. Because it worked fine on PC. And most people were going to play it on PC anyway. And the people who yell are on PC. Console people don't yell that much.
Have you seen the console wars?
I meant about games. Consoles, yes. The games, only exclusives. Whereas Cyberpunk wasn't an exclusive. And it was one of those ones where it did bring up people to complain. But then they just removed it so people couldn't complain about it. So
Problem solved, right?
yeah, problem solved. And then they brought it back slightly fixed. And then people just dealt because they wanted to play the game.
Well, maybe Battlefield should go free to play.
Or they just give up and sell the company.
Yes, and talking about free to play games and selling the
Oh
company.
yeah, fuck! I forgot to put that on there. Oh well.
For you guys,
I'll quick. Hang on. No, before that, can I quickly throw in? EA is apparently in the process of maybe being acquired or looking to be acquired. So the rumors are speculating that some big company, maybe Xbox, maybe PlayStation,
well,
maybe Nintendo.
Xbox have currently got quite a close relationship with EA.
I don't think they'd be allowed to buy EA if they're buying Activision.
Yeah, that would be
because there's too much competition, like overload of the same style of games, and they'd hold a massive monopoly on that market for shooters, for sports games, for mobile things. They'd hold a massive stake in a lot of things.
Imagine if they did, though. Game Pass would look very appealing.
Well, it's already got the EA Access thing.
Yeah, that's what I was saying about it. So I thought it might be Microsoft.
Well, I don't think they'd be allowed.
Hopefully not.
But
no one wants a monopoly.
It could be Amazon. Who knows? Someone big could just step in and buy it. But yeah, that's the big rumor at the moment. EA is looking to be acquired. Yeah. Because their stocks are low, because they've had a lot of flops.
Well, talk about acquisitions and free-to-play. Fall Guys has been acquired by Epic Games, and now it has gone free-to-play in June.
Yes. I played it when it was free-to-play on PlayStation Plus.
Whatever, that was only free for a month, and then I paid for it anyway.
No, you just got it.
No, but it was a free game.
Yeah, it was a free game for that month, and then it went play.
But it wasn't a free-to-play game.
But the people who bought it after that were stupid.
Yeah, so I've not rebought it, and I would like to play it again.
I liked it. When I played it, it was fun. It was a fun little dumb game over the summer. It was the summer, right?
Yeah, until Among Us killed it.
Yeah. It was a good highlight of about 2 weeks, and then Among Us came out and completely just dominated everyone's...
Well, Among Us didn't even come out. It just became popular.
Well, climbed into the social network. I watched a documentary on the behind the scenes of Among Us and whatnot. It was very interesting. Because it's only like 3 people who made the game. And
it's true.
And they were going to shut it down and make a new one, and then they had to come back, and then because of like a bunch of streamers and everything, it was a very interesting thing of how they handled it.
How much money do you reckon they made each from Among Us in the end?
A lot.
They probably made a couple thousand, and then all of a sudden be like millions.
Well, I think the game wasn't profitable. It made its money back, but it had only slightly made profit. Like, it wasn't that much, and they were going to they had enough money to basically fund their next game. But that was it. And then it came fucking shooting through the woodworks, and then they had no reason to make a new game, so they just kept updating the current one. And it's still going. People are still playing it. It looks fun.
I love Among Us, but we don't have a big enough friend group.
Maybe we can, if our fan base grows, we can do some Among Us with fans as a reward for
I would love that. Maybe we do a Patreon, A Patreon.
Yeah, or OnlyFans, and you can get feet pic whilst playing Among Us with us. And we'll paint our feet red and draw the little bubble face on it, and then...
No, we could just wear Among Us suits for OnlyFans.
We'll get Belle Delphine to join us as well. She's back.
I forget she's back.
She is back. She's not as popular because she did a sex tape and no one cares now because they've seen her fuck.
Yeah, you've watched, haven't you?
I watched bits and pieces. I kind of skipped through it because it was really boring.
No.
It's like, for a girl that crazy, it's the most tame shit in the world. It's just a blowjob and then downward dog fucking. I was really bored. I didn't even bother.
Can we do a new
I was
section?
just skipping past things. I was like, oh, why the fuck is this like what people wanted? Like, I wanted like octopuses just dropping from the ceiling. I wanted like 400 people just in the background watching for no real reason with like gimp suits on. It would have been fucking funny. But like, this was the most tame, boring shit in the world. And like, I think and also she basically demystified everything because she went on a bunch of podcasts and basically explained how she does it all. So no one gives a shit anymore.
I'm sure people do. Just less vocal.
She's still hot. Don't get me wrong.
She probably still makes millions a month.
Oh yeah, I don't doubt it.
Yeah, but to be fair, I would do. Like, let's be honest.
I'd do it if I was that popular.
Yeah, if I could get that much money, I would do it in a heartbeat.
Yeah. I never say hate the player, hate the game.
Yeah, people are idiots. We're just paying for it.
Yeah. Like, none of the women on that site are bad people.
No, they're just playing.
They're in a shit situation where they have to do it, or they want to do it. And the people who pay for it are the reason they can do it. So you have no one to blame but those people. I did not pay for it. I pirated it. But yeah. Diversity, Dan. Do you like it? Are you
I do. I think it's great. But I think
do you like controversial creators that basically point you in directions for how to make diverse characters in games?
That's a long question.
Do you want a diversity tool that makes no sense because it applies arbitrary numbers to disabilities, skin color, gender, and other things like height?
What's the correct answer to not get me cancelled and also seem funny?
No. But yes. Basically, Activision Blizzard heavily edits King's diversity generator blog. Removes all ranking images. So basically what happened was King, the mobile developer, had a diversity space method, which basically had culture, ethnicity, age, ability, body type, gender identity, and sexual orientation as like a little hexagon thing. And then you apply random numbers to get here's your new character, but it was all arbitrary. And so I'll give you a few examples, Dan. So do you know Overwatch? You know Overwatch.
I know Overwatch, yeah.
So this was King. Blizzard had no say in this. The people who made Overwatch had no say with this. This was just King using these characters because it's quite a diverse cast of characters. So Anna scores a 7 out of 10 for culture and race by being an Egyptian Arab. What exactly is a 10 out of 10 or a 3 out of 10? How are these tiers calculated? Okay. Her age is 60, is also a 7 out of 10. Does a 100-year-old character earn a 10 out of 10 or a toddler because you don't normally see those in FPS games? So it's basically, what the fuck does 60 make it 7 out of 10? Because the one is like a man, basically.
Right, yeah, I forget,
A white straight man is basically what's in the middle. So they basically went, here's what, and then if you go further out, when ranking disability as well, having a missing eye gets Anna a 4 out of 10 in physical ability. Is colorblindness a 1 out of 10? Is full paralysis a 10 out of 10?
I don't. Wait, so King made an application to determine how.
Well, they made a chart basically, and it's like to help bring diversity, but it's so arbitrary and makes absolutely no fucking sense that it basically seems more racist and sexist than it should be. Like, having diversity in your games is good, but you don't need a fucking chart with arbitrary numbers to do it.
Yeah, I don't understand rating diversity.
But
surely
Dan,
it should be done by
here's
saying,
the
like,
thing. Anna
if
is a
you want
woman,
to have your
which
game
gets her a
diverse-
5 out of 10 on
if
the
you want
chart.
to have a game diverse, you have all these different attributes that you just need to apply to different characters.
Yeah, but
And
Dan,
that's diverse, right?
but Dan,
you don't need to have
Anna
a
is a
rating
woman.
for how diverse it is.
Dan, Anna is a woman. That gets her a 5 out of 10. How would a trans character be rated here? What is a 10 out of 10 in this category? Anna has a 0.
So bad.
Anna has a 0 out of 10 for body type, as she is slim plus curvy, but another removed image showed muscular Zara scored a higher in the body type than Torbjorn, the short, round, dwarf-ish guy. Why? Why did they score higher than the other one? What is their ranking? What determines any of these numbers? But yeah. Random, arbitrary numbers to diversity, Dan.
I think I've now seen everything. Ranking of how diverse someone is.
But yeah, so that was just King's diversity thing to make like new, clever characters. So you'd basically go, I want someone who meets all of these categories. At 140-year, tall, muscular, black black and white zebra man, woman man, cat, penguin, just all of these things with no legs and no arms, but has them crawl on the floor. That's diverse. That's what you want. That's how you make a good character.
Yeah. Anyway, let's move on from that and let's go to some game trailers where there seems to be a multiversus game coming out.
Yeah. This is Warner Brothers, Dan.
Yeah, so
This
they've got
is
their own game coming out which seems to be
Super
a multiverse
Smash
game
Bros.
of their different franchises.
Yeah, it's Super Smash Bros. But with Warner Brothers characters, or like the Nickelodeon game that came out recently that was also Super Smash Bros. But it looks decent. It's also going to be free to play.
That was my question.
And they made the meme where Shaggy goes Super Saiyan happen. And Arya Stark's in it, and Batman's in it, and Jake the dog, and the Tasmanian Devil, and Harley Quinn. And it's Warner Brothers just smashing all their property into each other again, like Space Jam: A New Legacy.
Oh, it's out. Oh, closed alpha. Begins May 19th.
Yeah.
We missed that. Damn it. I couldn't watch that. I couldn't play it.
What a shame. How dear. I mean, it's a Super Smash Bros. Game where you can play as Batman against Shaggy from Scooby-Doo. So
Sounds pretty fun. Is it crossplay?
I think so, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I think so. It's on all platforms. Maybe I'll revive my gaming channel and we'll do some videos.
Isn't your gaming channel in the mud?
No, it's still there. I uploaded some Battlefield 2042 beta clips where I get shorts as well because they were only like 30 seconds long.
Really?
And YouTube just auto assigns them to be shorts, so I had no say. But yeah, it looks fine. The gameplay looks like Super Smash Bros. It's weird. Also, people get really upset when you put the Iron Giant in a game with violence or a movie with violence, because the whole point of that movie is that violence is not good. And the director of the game just went, it's a different universe where in this universe the Iron Giant does fight. Get over it. And I gotta respect that, because I don't care.
Just, say how it is. It's like, deal with it. If you don't like it, that is your problem.
Yeah, just don't play as the Iron Giant. That's all you gotta do. But you want to play as the Iron Giant because it'd be cool to play as a big robot.
That would be cool, yeah. Well, I hope to play it. I do hope to play it one day.
Yes.
Let's go to some Sony news, where Insomniac fought hard and did not win argument with Sony to publicly support abortion rights.
Yep. Sony's weird stance on abortion, trying to be neutral on all sides.
That's so weird to me. Why are they being neutral on this?
I don't know. Insomniac has donated a lot of money, and I think Sony's donated money to abortion thing, like, support.
Is
so
Japan
I don't know.
pro-abortion then? Or not?
Well, yeah, because a lot of... I don't know. Probably. Honestly, don't know.
If they're not pro-abortion, that kind of makes a bit more sense. Yeah, so
Hang
they're actually one of the first countries to legalize it.
Yeah, so they're fine with it. So I don't know why they're being weirdly I guess the American side, at least, like the American facility of Sony, not the Japanese side, because I think they don't want to alienate people and become political. So they're just trying to stay neutral. But by doing that, you're basically saying, "Nah, this horrible thing's fine. We just don't want to talk about it, and it's not good for us."
Well, Oklahoma is like abortion is nearly completely illegal in Oklahoma.
Yeah,
That's mental.
yeah, that's what people
Is
want.
Oklahoma considered to be like one of the
Oklahoma, not Hama.
close enough. Isn't
No, it's
Oklahoma supposed to be like one of the incest states?
Yes, anywhere south is the well, I think it's south and north. Like the middle is where less incest happens, and then the further north and the further south you go, that's where the incest happens.
I'm just going to do a Google search of states with most incest.
But it's also the ones that are highly religious states, because abortion is bad in the eyes of God, and that's why. And it's also a way to control women. So that's how you do it. If you don't want to have women have control over their bodies, despite the fact that you as a white man have no say in it, that's how you do it. You use the power of God to stop women from having any rights to get rid of a baby they don't want and have no way. Also, America didn't pass a law which would help women get like artificial breast milk and stuff like that. So their whole pro-life shit literally stops out when the baby is born, because they don't give a shit afterwards. Because they refuse to get emergency aid of emergency like baby formula. They refused to do it. They just didn't vote yes. They went, no, we don't want to pass a law that gets emergency baby formula for people who can't get baby formula because there's a shortage. So yeah, their whole fucking stance at the moment is just, we're pro-life, but once it's born, we fuck off. We stay away. It's up to you.
It's the baby to live in the wild, you know. Just shove them up into a forest and let them defend themselves.
Do the Spartan approach, where you just leave them on a hill and they'll become stronger.
Yeah, that's clearly how more Aborigines.
Yeah. Anyway, Sony has done some good stuff recently, not just bad.
Yeah, so they've added a bunch of new games.
Well, they've basically revealed their a bit of their list of current games coming to PlayStation Plus at launch.
Yeah, so this is to do with the PS Plus Extra.
Yes.
And
so we get
Ultimate? Is it called Ultimate, the top tier?
Yeah, I think so. I think I have the picture. Hang on.
Yeah, I can't remember the names of all the tiers, but I think this is to do with the middle tier and bottom tier. To start off with, Optimus
PlayStation Plus
Puzzle, right?
Essential, PlayStation Plus Extra, and PlayStation Plus Premium.
That's the one. Ubisoft Plus is coming to PS Plus in general, which is quite
same
interesting.
as Xbox Game Pass, where you get Ubisoft on there, which might mean EA also jumps in, because EA is on Xbox Game Pass, so you might get that included as well. Who knows?
Yeah, so I'll be pretty happy with this, because I've never played any of the Assassin's Creed games,
They're all right.
so I'll be interested to play it at the minute.
You also get all your Watch Dogs, Dan.
I can finish my Watch Dogs finally.
Yeah, you can give us your final review of Watch Dogs
I can
Legion.
play Avatar.
Yeah, you can. You can also play Raymond Legends.
Ah, good old Raymond.
What else does Ubisoft own? Uno. We can play Uno.
Ah, yes, I miss Uno. We can play Uno more often.
Yeah,
We should do that again one day.
we should.
And of course, there's a bunch of other games coming as well, such as
Demon Souls, Ghost of Tsushima, Red Dead Redemption 2.
NBA 2K 2022.
Yeah, a lot of good games. All the Spider-Mans.
Yeah, so there's a huge
Well,
list.
the
on
ones
here.
that have released, not the new ones.
There's not many PS5 games as of launch.
No. Demon Souls, Destruction All-Stars.
Because I was really hoping Ratchet and Clank would come on it.
Returnal? Oh, Returnal. I wanted to play that. You get The Last of Us Remastered for PS4, The Last of Us Left Behind for PS4, and also The Last of Us is rumored to be getting a PS5 update, so the original one.
How? Why is that not another one?
Because that game is like Sony's holy grail of like, this is the pinnacle of our console.
And yeah, there's some other ones as well, like the Batman, Final Fantasy,
Far Cry's.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yep, I wanted to play that. That was the one that I was like, oh, that's good. Resident Evil, South Park: The Fractured Butthole. I just wanted to say butthole.
Such a child.
I am. Mortal Kombat 11. Ooh, we could do fighting games, Dan.
I'm so bad at Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, but we could do like what we did.
Awful at it.
And they've released some of their classic games library of stuff. Nothing really took my fancy. No Modern Warfare 2 or 3.
No, that'd be Xbox.
Well, yeah, now, which sucks. You got the classic Ratchet and Clank games though for PS3 if you wanted to play them.
They've also got
the first Infamous 2.
limited game trials for Horizon Forbidden West. And
Yeah, so
Uncharted
Sony
Legacy.
basically, I think after it launches, I think Sony is going to require every PlayStation studio and every third-party studio to make a free timed trial thing so that people can play like a timed trial of their game to just get a feeler for it. If they want it on the PlayStation Plus, you'll get it for PlayStation Plus Premium. So, yeah, it'll be interesting. You'll still get all your monthly games as well. I look forward to it. I hope it's good. I hope that's not the full list. They are like slowly drip feeding us all the games that will come out because it's meant to be 750 roughly,
which is huge. That's way bigger than Game Pass.
Yeah, I think Game Pass is like 300, 400 games.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We will see.
But let's go on to Tech Time and Science Shenanigans, where the Pentagon has showed off a new UFO footage, but says it's still not aliens.
Yeah,
so probably not aliens.
Yeah, so basically America, the government has basically just gone, fuck it. We'll just release unreleased footage because we don't know what the fuck this is. But it's not aliens. It's just, you see a lot of weird shit in the sky. And also they're trying to demystify for airline like pilots and everything like in the military and like in planes and stuff to actually come forward and announce whether or not that they see weird shit in the sky. Because if you see weird shit in the sky and you go and tell someone, people make fun of you because you think it's aliens or you think it's like, oh, this guy's just making up shit. So they're trying to make it so that people actually tell them if they see weird shit rather than just keep it to themselves. But yeah, they basically just said, we don't know what any of this stuff is. It's probably like drones or Russians or Chinese. It's probably not aliens though, because that's highly unlikely. You just also see just a weird bunch of shit in the sky. So
yeah, you're probably right. It is Russians, let's be honest.
Well, it's probably just experimentational stuff. It's like the weather balloon shit and the early like Roswell stuff. Probably was just a weather balloon. It's probably just like a drone or something in the sky, or just a paper bag or something that just whizzes past the window really, really quickly because you're in a plane that can break the sound barrier. So you'd see a lot of weird stuff.
Do you know how cool it'd be if the Roswell happened this day and age? With like so many phones and stuff. People just take so many photos of it.
Well, yeah, but that's why I reckon they just went, people tried to break into Area 51. Well, let's just demystify this shit to stop people from doing it. Because this is a highly classified military, like, experimentation area. And we don't want fucking random people of the public just going, yep, let's wander in because some cunt on the internet said there's an alien here. Let's just try and demystify this. Because otherwise we're going to have to start shooting a lot of Americans trying to walk in. Because it's private property and the military and America. So gun shooting is a lot.
I was just wondering, maybe all these UFOs people see, maybe it's not aliens, but it's sort of like satellites from aliens? Do you know how we send off drones just off in the distance and it becomes space debris, right?
Yeah.
What if it is just a past civilization just has like a satellite just drifting off into mid-space?
Yeah, but that wouldn't be explaining the ones on Earth.
What do you mean? Ones that crash into Earth?
Well, it wouldn't, though. It might do.
If it was just like random space debris just flying through the atmosphere.
Maybe.
So maybe it is. Maybe it's just something like that. That'd be kind of cool, though, if it was true.
But the whole thing... Yeah, but the whole thing with... What's it? Like interterrestrial travel is you'd have to be able to do light speed. And even then, the universe is so vast and so long that you're so unlikely to be able to see anything through a satellite or a telescope, because by the time it reaches there, it's so old. It's brand new, like pre that evolutionary civilization being there.
Oh yeah, but let's say if you can travel along, let's say you can travel.
Yeah, but light speed, even with light speed, you'd have to do wormhole travel, because light speed.
No, but what I was trying to say is, if you were to travel at light speed, it would be an instant for you.
Yeah, I know it'd be an instant for you, but the fact that the universe is so vastly long in light years,
true, yeah.
It still would take fucking forever to get there. And I don't think even in your lifetime you'd be able to get to the end of the universe. Like our universe, just our universe.
Yeah, that's true. I'd better navigate as well. More just crash into something.
Yeah, that's the thing. You'd have to do wormhole travel, not interterrestrial starship travel. And let's go on to spaceship travel.
Yes, because Elon Musk traveled somewhere he should not have.
He showed an unidentified fly, because he unzipped a flying object.
Elon Musk conduct.
Yes. Basically,
SpaceX.
Elon Musk showed his wiener to someone who didn't want to see it. A SpaceX pilot.
Yeah, so SpaceX allegedly paid $250,000 to cover up Elon Musk's sexual harassment claim.
Yeah. Basically, as a SpaceX pilot, female pilot, was approached by Elon Musk, and he exposed himself to her and basically said, "Yo, do you want to fuck her?" And she was like, "No." And he was like, "Well, here's a paycheck. So you keep this on the hush hush." And then basically, I think the flight attendant's friend leaked this. So, and also Elon Musk would be... So basically, Elon Musk on Twitter basically said, prepare for a whole bunch of like smear campaigns from the right or the left, or I can't remember which one America is, which is the one that people don't like or like.
I think the left is currently in charge in America.
Oh yeah, so it's the right then. So yeah, the left would be the one that Elon Musk is scared of bringing out a smear campaign against him. So he basically tweeted out, prepare for the left because they don't like me anymore because I'm trying to be all about free speech. So
the right's in charge in America.
No, on the right, whichever one's left, it's the left, because the right wing are the Donald Trump ones.
Yeah, I'm getting confused now. Wait. Yes, it is left wing. Yes, sorry.
Yeah,
I was right. Last time.
So he's basically tried to hide the fact that this is just a smear thing, but he would have been contacted by the legal teams about this being publicized and the press outlets for comment. So he probably just went, well, fuck it. I'm in a bit. I know how to protect my image and get away with shit. Also, he's still not buying Twitter.
Yeah, isn't he trying to lower the price tag of it?
Well, essentially with Twitter, he's trying to get out of it because one, he thinks there's more than 5% bots on Twitter, and he wants to claim that Twitter lied to him about how many bots there are. But he's also doing that because the value of both Tesla and Twitter have plummeted, because just everywhere is plummeting because we're basically going into recession. And
who would have thought?
But he still has to pay the price of Twitter at what it is. But because he has less money in Tesla, he would be taking it out of Tesla at a point where Tesla is vulnerable, so people could then come in and buy Tesla stocks if they wanted to. And so he would then maybe get kicked out of his own company or lose a lot of power to it. So he doesn't want to take money out of Tesla, an actual profitable company for him, and put it into a really fucking stupid Twitter investment. So he's trying to get out of it, but if he manages to get out of it, he still has to pay $1 billion to Twitter because he goes back on their negotiations. And he's trying to get that waived. Or he's just trying to find any little excuse to not pay the money.
Honestly, why does he get involved with Twitter so many times, right? I swear all of his problems come from Twitter.
Because he's a needy little fuckboy who can't do anything. He's just a man who's...
with Twitter.
Well, it's because it's like Donald Trump. Why did Donald Trump want to be on Twitter? Because people listen to him, and then the small amount of people that listen to him against the rest of the world, that he then thinks he's got power. And he thinks Twitter is this big social platform that actually pushes change. and has like a actual stance in the media. But it doesn't. It's because media outlets if they didn't want to, they wouldn't do it. They don't have to use Twitter. It's just a platform where people post opinions. It's not actual facts.
Yeah, like my opinion is you should be cancelled.
Yeah. You didn't do a thing that I liked, you get cancelled. That's Twitter. That's not
why
news.
Would anyone want to be involved with Twitter? Nobody knows. Ask them that.
It's because it self-promotes. It's a lot of just circle jerking, and people love circle jerking.
Maybe we should use Twitter more for our promotion of our podcast.
I do.
Do you actually do any tweets that aren't automatic?
No, not at all. No. But
maybe I should take care of the Twitter account.
You can have it if you want. We'll create an actual Twitter account because it's my secondary Twitter account. So
yeah,
we'll make a Twitter account, and then we can add it to the link tree.
Danny's horny link tree.
Yeah. But let's talk about cancer, Dan, because the first patient dosed with experimental cancer-killing virus happened.
Yeah, so this is very interesting. It seems to be shrinking cancer tumors in animals. And they're just now testing this on humans.
Yes. And I want to point out that a lot of people think that there's a cure-all, just one cure for cancer. Cancer takes many different forms, and so it's not just one thing will fix it. So you can kind of cure some cancers, and you kind of can't cure other cancers. So this is just one of those ones where it's for a very specific cancer in a specific
area. Yes, that is true.
area.
However, if they can start working on some cancers...
Oh, yeah, no, I'm not saying that... Yeah, I'm not saying that this is bad.
They can apply that to other ones.
Yeah, I'm not saying that...
In theory, if that's any of these one virus kills that one cancer, they might be able to make a different cancer vaccine for every cancer.
But mine's more to those people who think that we've already found the cure for cancer and they're just holding it because it's so profitable.
However, this one cancer treatment seems to work on colon, lung, breast, ovarian, and pancreatic cancer tumors.
Yes. Which is
Once
good.
Again, not all types, but
no,
a good margin.
Yeah, which is good. Like, if we're slowly getting there, and we slowly might be able to fully cure most cancers.
I do think there's a good chance in the next 10 years.
You'd hope. Because
it seems to be... I mean, just think like 2 years ago. It's so much better than it was 2 years ago.
Yeah, it's like AIDS. We haven't eradicated it, but we have basically got it down to a point where it's still livable. And that's with cancer. We haven't eradicated it, but we've got it to a point where you can live with it for quite a lot longer than you would normally. And now we're just trying to work on the process of getting rid of it. Like, it's not a death sentence anymore. It is still, but it's not as quick a death sentence.
Yeah, that's the hope anyway. But you know, even once, I'm a bit of doom and gloom, even if we do manage to cure cancer, there are still so many more bad diseases that need to be cured.
Oh, yeah.
Such as all the Alzheimer's and dementia.
Yeah.
Which I personally think
there was a story that I didn't put on here about how injecting the blood of young mice into old mice helps stop their memory loss. So look forward to a future where the young are harvested for their blood to...
Imagine, like, yeah, to cure Alzheimer's, we do blood transfusions now.
Yeah, we got babies that the parents who couldn't abort them...
That's why America wants to stop abortions.
Yeah, so that the babies that couldn't be aborted are now plugged into a feeding tube to feed the old people in the offices of America. Wait, this is QAnon. This is QAnon shit. Hang on. This is an actual QAnon belief. I just realized. I was like, why does this sound familiar? That's actually what QAnon believes. that the people in power are drinking the blood of the young to stay healthy. So,
well, there you go. Maybe some films are real.
Maybe. We might have to do a part 2 of our conspiracy theories.
Well, look forward to that. I'm sure it will be coming out soon.
And speaking of things that might come out soon...
Digital ads. Time-traveling digital ads might start infiltrating your favorite TV shows.
Yeah, so I think Amazon and NBCU, Peacock, have unveiled 2 separate plans that will allow you to insert ads into already released media. So your favorite TV shows like Friends, The Office, and The Sopranos might all be getting ads from the 2020s in. So, all those Game of Thrones. You know that Starbucks cup? That's not a mistake anymore. That's an actual product placement.
I got a Starbucks cup.
What episode was that in? 4?
That is amazing. Well, Starbucks cup.
Yeah.
Episode 2, I want to say. 1 or 2.
Yeah. But yeah.
Imagine.
Just imagine a world where stuff you have already seen and is already filmed now has a weird digitally placed watermark of a logo.
Like, why is there a Warner Brothers logo in a Disney product?
Also, does that mean if they lose the licensing, like, are we now going to start getting like long-term licensing deals for advertisers for like 20 years, and then after that they digitally remove those advertisers and put in new advertisers? So like a James Bond, because Omega beat out Rolex, are they going to go and digitally re-strap James Bond with Omegas in all of his last, like all the old James Bond films rather than Rolexes? Because Amazon owns them. Amazon owns James Bond. So they could.
Well, do the Amazon own Omega?
No, they have the partnership with Omega.
Oh, right.
So James Bond is in partnership with Omega rather than Rolex.
Oh, for goodness sake, why are ads taking over, man? Like, YouTube is not annoying me with ads.
Premium, baby. Premium.
Yeah, but I'm a cheapskate.
It's not that much. Also, you get YouTube Music, so you don't have to pay for Spotify.
No, but my Spotify's cheap.
Yeah, but you don't need Spotify if you have YouTube Music. It's the same.
No, but then, everyone else Spotify goes up.
No, it doesn't.
I don't like Spotify. I prefer Spotify to YouTube Premium.
I don't like it. That's not YouTube Premium. That's just YouTube Music.
You know what I meant.
No.
You definitely did. You're lying to yourself.
No, I just like the fact that I get no ads, and then I don't have to listen to anyone. Like, I forget whenever I talk to someone, I'm like, oh, this thing was like, yeah. And then I forget when I recommend people stuff that there's probably like 1 billion ads on it. So I'm just like, oh, I never get that. And also, I like YouTube Premium because when I got it, they gave me a Stadia for free, and then I never used it.
And then for our penultimate news, Tesla was kicked out of the S&P 500's ESG index this week.
Yep. Just sucks to be Tesla all around.
Yes. Was this to do with Twitter?
No, it's basically I can't remember what the ESG stands for. Hang on. Got to get rid of the ads because everything has ads and it won't let me read the fucking article unless I let it get rid of my ad blocks. Hang on. So, the S&P 500 booted electric vehicle maker Tesla from its ESG index as part of an annual update to the list. Meanwhile, Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, and even oil and gas multinational Exxon Mobil were still included on the list. The so it's the uses environmental, social, and governance data to rank the efficiency recommended companies to investors. Its criteria included hundreds of data points per company that pertain to the way the business affect the planet and treat stakeholders beyond shareholders, including customers, employees, vendors, partners, and neighbors. It said Tesla's lack of low-carbon strategy and codes of business conduct, along with racism and poor working conditions reported at Tesla factories in Fremont, California, affected the score. Tesla's handling of an investigation by the National Highway Transportation Safety Administration also weighed in to its score. And I imagine this sexual harassment exposure thing's also going to affect its score. But yeah, it's not good to be Tesla.
No. How much is Elon Musk for, what do you reckon?
A lot of it. Pretty much all of it, I imagine. Because he basically just controls what everyone in Twitter, not Twitter, he will do that to Twitter, but I want to find out what the ESG stands for.
I think it's just similar to the, it's to do with carbon emissions and stuff.
Yeah, I just want to know what it
and how environmentally friendly a company is.
Yeah, I know that, but I want to know what ESG stands for. Environmental Safety Government?
Sounds about right.
What does it mean? Meaning
environmental, social
and governance. Yeah, there we go. But yeah, so they basically did that. I knew it was something. I knew it was
really, you knew it was something. God, I never would have guessed it was something.
Shush you. But yeah, it's not good for Tesla if an oil company is beating your environmentally friendly cars.
That is funny, to be fair.
But yeah, I imagine it's a lot of the fact that they've had a lot of allegations about shit working conditions.
And then our final news, just to make everything depressing, a family has now sued Apple after the AirPods explode in boy's ears and bursting his eardrums.
Okay, when it says this is the clickbaity bit, it's not. They didn't explode. They just released a really high-pitched, loud noise. Because basically, you know, Amber Alerts in America, like they're just like I think they're child abduction things.
Yeah.
And everyone in America gets a notification in the area if there's a missing child or something about it. So basically, that noise, like the alert, went off in the kid's ears, and Apple's earphones weren't turned up to like full volume, and it still burst this kid's eardrums. So, yeah.
Yeah, so now this kid has a permanent hearing loss and tinnitus, and suffers from dizziness and needs to wear a hearing aid.
Yeah, so an Amber Alert produced an ear-shattering sound level that ruptured the BG eardrum and damaged his inner ear, the family claim. America's Missing Broadcast Emergency Response is what the Amber Alert stands for. Notifies users about a missing and abducted notifies users about missing and abducted children. So the family claimed that Apple was aware that its AirPods played extremely loud alerts from online complaints going back to 2019 from users who had noted that the AirPods did not adjust the alert volume to match that of the media they were playing. Apple did not immediately respond to a request for comment. So, yeah, so he was watching Netflix and then an Amber Alert came on and just blasted this high-pitched noise into his ear.
That's pretty bad, to be fair.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's it for news. Let's go on to recommend do, recommend don't. Anything you'd like to recommend this week?
I watched on Netflix The G Word, which is a sort of like comedy thing about the American government, where it kind of goes into detail about like money, taxes, what the government actually does, because America hates the government, but like it kind of it gives both sides. It's like, well, here's all the things the government actually does. It's like how the government created the internet, how it created like a load of actual useful products like GPS and everything, and then all these like other companies are using it and basically now trying to control it, and the government doesn't really do anything to stop it. It's very informative, and it's just like 6 episodes. It's got it's part of Obama's like media company, so take that with a grain of salt if you want. But it does criticize Obama's like campaign and everything, and like how he was a man of change, and then he kind of just conformed to the system as well. But it's like it's like hard to change a system that refuses to be changed, and it goes into detail of how like the American health care system failed during the pandemic, and like why it happened and what like restraints the American healthcare system has and stuff like that. It was very interesting.
Anything else?
Not that I can remember. I'm still watching Demon Slayer. It's all right.
Fair enough. Well, this week I actually went to the cinema to watch not a Marvel film.
Which film did you watch?
I watched Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Oh, I'm going to go see that on Wednesday.
Yes, it was actually very good. There is some strange moments in the film.
Well, it's meant to be strange, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it definitely is. It's good. It's a very good film. A lot of genre.
Is it a better multiverse movie than Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness?
Honestly, it might be. It actually might be. It feels more Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah, I've seen that it does more multiversal travel.
Yeah, it does a hell of a lot more multiverse to travel.
But does it have, spoilers, Mr. Fantastic?
No, it does not.
Does it have a moment where the cinema pauses so that the reveal of Mr. Fantastic can be absorbed and you don't miss any dialogue?
No, it doesn't. To be fair, it was actually quite nice to watch a good film that isn't part of a massive franchise, but yet can still be like that. You know what I mean? Like sort of sci-fi multiverse thing.
Yeah, I get you.
It was good to watch. It was a really good film. It was a good film. I'd highly recommend it out. And then other things I've been doing is playing Horizon Zero Dawn for the first time since I bought it years ago.
And I bought your PlayStation 5 so you can play it.
It did, thank you very much. And I've been playing it for quite a bit, actually, to be honest with you.
Yeah. I played that. I had a walkthrough. Oh, not a walkthrough, a playthrough. And then where that playthrough finishes is where I finished playing.
Did you ever finish the game?
No, not even close. I'm about 4 hours in.
That is atrocious.
Yep.
I'm enjoying it right now.
The problem with that game is I am someone who has to explore every single nook and cranny of an area before I move on.
Yeah.
And that game has a lot of nooks and crannies in it. And so I get stuck doing that. And I don't just go progress the story like a normal person and go back. I just spend all my time in that area until I can't do anything anymore. And then I don't have time anymore. So I move on and play a different game.
But yeah, same with Tomb Raider, right?
No, I finished Tomb Raider.
No, but same with Tomb Raider. You explore every nook and cranny
Yeah.
before you move on.
But Tomb Raider is more narrow.
Yeah, to be honest, playing this game, I get huge Tomb Raider vibes off it.
Yeah, it's a woman, Dan.
Well, no, it's not just that. It's
I
not
know
like,
that.
It's the bow and arrow,
Yeah.
sort of like the exploration.
It's the crafting system as well.
crafting system. It just feels very Tomb Raider.
Yeah, but it's good. I like it. I generally did enjoy it, and I do want to play the new one. I just don't have time for those massive open world.
Well, luckily, I've got nothing to do except podcast and games, so I will be finishing that one off.
I have 2 weeks off in July, so I might just sit down and actually catch up on some games that I've been meaning to play for ages. So.
Well, there we go. Anyway, thank you very much for listening. Check out our Destiny 2 review and any other past reviews we've done in the past couple of weeks on TBO.
Yep, if you want to hear about Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Man. You know what we might actually do? If I go see it on Wednesday, we might do a TBOness for Everywhere, Everything All at Once.
Or TBO.
Or a TBO. We could do.
Or TBO.
Probably a TBOness because I have stuff planned for the next couple of weeks. So.
Fair enough. Well, thank you very much for listening, and we will talk to you next time.
Goodbye.